Mayat Hotep. This is also Rasa Tabara Ma'at. Peace and blessings. Anyway, I noticed that there's a lot of angry people are, well, it's on my anger. And everybody should be. Everything messed up, the water messed up, the air messed up, everything costs way too much money. Okay? We got false propaganda going around that's taking even all the money away and not even but little pennies left. It's going to false propaganda of religions, just sucking everything out too, nothing coming back. Everybody, children, disrespectful, drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, having sex everywhere. Okay, locked down into electronics, heads stuck up in those phones. Phones got everybody ripped crazy, whacked out. Everybody got that blue phone in their hand, $45, $50 a month. These corporations making that much money, you know. They making so much money, they drilling holes all into the earth everywhere. The one in New Orleans is the one that gets me the most. I'm saying, well, how did they, not New Orleans, but the one in, it's in Louisiana, somewhere in the back. It's got oil in it too. I forget the name of the place. But you know, all this stuff going on the earth, those sinkholes, those black holes is what I call them. I saw a picture. It looked like some equipment drilling those holes into the ground. And the equipment was round, like about the same diameter those holes would be. I always been looking at those tread marks. They'd be in those holes wondering if something was drilling that. Now let me tell you, the sun and the earth and the moon and all the planets in this universe were all created. Everything that exists from thought. So you have to have a supreme thinker for anything that's in manifestation to be in manifestation. So when things go out of manifestation, that means that the supreme thinker who made it, if deemed necessary, will have the proper method or the information, instructions to repair its own invention. When you think, the person that thought it up can't think of a way to improve the performance of it, who can? So that brings me to my point about the animosity that I feel from everybody and the hatred that's going on. I know everybody is mad because I tell the truth. I'll be honest about everything that I can, and that's what the light is all about. When you be the light, you have to stand on truth. That means that I try to live a life where I don't do anything that I have to say I didn't do. And even if that circumstance does occur in my life, I know sometimes that is going to be a challenging issue that I might fail. And I just hope that do happens only under circumstances where the extremities were circumstances that left no other choice. And that might mean that I might have to say something that's not necessarily true because the circumstances in life might mean that by saying that I can stop someone from being murdered or any other kind of bodily injustices that we all know about, like depriving people the proper method to sustain themselves. It's called deprivation, depriving a whole nationality of people from being able to support themselves, and then sitting around with a charity organization that you know can benefit from you creating these circumstances for these people. So you're the villain all the way around the board, because let me put it to you this way, if you want to get mad at me for saying to you what the sun says for me to say, like, I know it's hard for you guys to believe that because you want to believe in other foolish things. But see, that doesn't change the dynamics of nature, because you want to be stuck in a mental state of psychotic conceptualization. You know, that's where you at. You have a psychotic conceptualization about the world when you want to assume that this crazy man-made dynamic around some person dying for everybody's sin when it's incomplete, because we all know right now we still have to be held accountable for every action that we do. We all know that. All right, you guys talk yourself about hell and everything, and now that I'm here telling you that it's here, you want to look at me as I'm a bad person when I come to bring judgment on the world, and then commit more bad karma for yourself. Induce more bad karma for trying to double punish me with deprivation that I've been receiving from you all my damn life. Now imagine that. Okay, even at the expense where I could from time to time see moments where I could say, okay, I live somewhere without, paying rent, the grace of the city, whatever. It's more like the universe is showing some support for me. You see what I'm saying? Because otherwise it would be very hard. And I'm not trying to say that anyone who's done anything for me, I'm not trying to give them thanks for it. That ain't what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the circumstances on this earth where people can be without all their lives, even though they're capable of working and will work hard, but they have to deal with that because of politics of man on the earth that keep you where anything you get accomplished on the earth, you got to always be trying to see somebody else as if they did something for you. But you can see the true reality is that no, see what happened is everything that was mine got stolen from me. Everything that was mine got stolen from me by you. And now when I go to the churches and everything, because I'm still poor, because that's the way you got everything set up, and you want to sit up now and act like you are the big provider, and you want me not to see the true dynamics, is that no, you are the big oppressor. You have taken everything, and now you get mad because I want to wake up and tell you, no, I do not want to be a part of this foolish misguiding that's got everybody bowing down to the image of this as God. And this is not God. God is everything. God is everything that's anything and everything that is a thought waiting to become something. And the thought don't necessarily have to even be a thought yet. If you ever think of the word no thing, the best way it should be looked at and pictured probably will be the unthought of. Is better than the nothing. Because I don't think a state of nothing exists. That is a thought pattern or a thought paradigm that comes from someone who wants you to believe that everything is limited. And we do not live in the limited world. We live in the limitless world, in the world of pure potentiality. Until some people come in with a different concept of that, and they drag on everyone else right to have things on the earth. They use fast energy at making sure that your supplements and your commodities that was given to you by the universe is hoarded away by them. And then when they see your state of despair and they know that they caused it, the first thing they want to do is try to get you out of the way so they don't have to witness or keep a vision of what they have done. And I'm talking about organized with the two, where one branch works with the other branch. You know what I mean? Always know where you at. All this foolish stuff that's going on, they have so much energy to use this type of manipulation to make sure that they can coerce everyone like cattle. Just like cattle. Now see, they get upset with me for telling you the truth about it being other places where people live and other methods of energy. There's other methods of sustainment through not eating meat and growing your own food. Like I was telling you guys, I know that a lot of people probably get upset with me for saying stuff that I say I probably shouldn't say. And when I say people, I mean other people on the earth. But that's all right. They can get over it, because I always say what I get an impulse to say, because I feel that it's people that need to hear certain things that I know that I can have the nerves to say and get circulating, so people can have a thought pattern around certain issues. Like, for instance, the whole idea of there being no other life in the universe is ridiculous. Let me tell you of one place that I've been to. There's a place I go. I used to be a truck driver. And when I used to be a truck driver, when we get off the highway, we used to go to a place where everybody coming there, they got real huge parking lots. You could park sometimes 200-300 trucks in there, even more. Some of them so big, I bet you if you needed to, you could park 700-800 trucks in there. Of course, I wouldn't stop in there. I seen a place with that many trucks parked in. I keep going. That's one of the things you want to get in and out fast. That's why they have so much space. But anyway, it's the same. Like this place called Burn Brothers, Truck Stop America, TSA, Pilot. They got all different kinds. You know what I mean? All for big truck and small cars too. But anyway, just like you have that going down the freeway system, you have that traveling through a star system also. Now, when you're traveling through a star system, you have all type of traffic out there, more than you could imagine. What I show you in the camera, that lets me know that it's all right to talk about this stuff, because if it wasn't some knowledge that the universe wanted you to have full awareness of, it never would have sent me here to be set up at this moment telling you about it, I'm sure. Anyway, a lot of the hostility about harassment of us black people is because of our ability to astral project and astral plane. Astral projection and astral planing is when you can use the energy inside of your body to use your body and go visit other places in the universe. And you can do it, because I do it all the time. And it's one of the most exhilarating experiences you can have. I'm talking about when you can turn yourself into complete energy and hear yourself roaring like an engine. And you know that your whole body is one unit of energy. And you know this to be the true manifestation of self. You know that you are the light. And you can move really light too. It's all about consciousness and really wanting to go. And not wanting to drag around, holding on to bodily experiences and bodily impressions that keep you locked down on earth. Now, what a lot of people have done is they've gotten attached to children, they've gotten attached to everything that's a manifestation on the outside of their own natural energy source, soul force, light force, which is the energy source that's inside of you, which is the same energy source that's inside of any child or any dog or any bird or anything outside of yourself that you get attached to. That's all temporal, because the spirit cannot stay in sarcophagus forever. It eventually has to move on and do other things. And so since you know that, and since you are a person aware of that, you have the possibility and the capability of moving this spirit at random to and from any sarcophagus that you have already willing to accept you or provide adequate support or encapsulation for you once you get there. That's why once you leave body, you got to go to a big overall source of self, which is back to God, or you have to find containers to keep you locked in a state of decreased dissipation, if you understand what I mean. You can't just keep letting